will be sidetracked by the sexy hamster.
Sidetracked by games. Maybe. Okay, so is this shithole over here working?
Yes. I don't have the chat over there yet, no.
It'll probably. Oh, you might wanna. Oh, I thought there was cookies left in my. Those fucking look like Oreos without my glasses on. I'm like, what? That's sweet, babe, but don't put them in there. And I can't eat Oreos. Ooh, what is this new microphone I have? It's so fuzzy. It looks like a. It looks like a guinea pig.
So that microphone is for your when you go IG live on your phone.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I don't think just start throwing trash under my desk and not even bothering to hit the fucking garbage there. So tomorrow I think it's going to take a wee bit of adjusting. Can I get you to take a few bottles upstairs with you when you go up? Yeah. I probably am going to have to start. Oh, wow, really? Oh, these are soap. Okay, that's exciting. Trader's here in the morning. Hot mic. The mic is hot.
Why is there even a microphone on that?
Thanks, hate. Yeah, I could have been over here talking some really, really dirty talk, you know. I was just about to say this whole morning thing is going to take some adjustment.
There's no microphone.
Oh, well, he said hot mic, and then I said, thank you, hate.
Oh, shit. I see what's going on.
Has it been that way for all the night?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, what is going on?
So the music is tied into the wrong. Push me to vial 3.
I really appreciate that. Some people don't say anything. Yeah, I'm real. Thank you very much for saying something. I greatly appreciate it. Especially in the current mood that I've been feeling. I was down here ranting the other evening, and I was telling Geek, you know what? We made a deal that we will not be, yeah, exactly. Yes, I thought it was Oreos. And a new fuzzy mic. It looks like a guinea pig. My fuzzy mic looks like a guinea pig. Oh.
Okay, well, I will fix this for next stream.
But it hasn't been.
No.
You're 100% positive.
Yes, because I adjusted this morning.
Okay, so we're just sticking with that deal where, I mean, after the last rant I had, you know, I mean, I was very emotional, so it was really an unfair thing, but I don't want to be down here and just have one of those rants and be real all ugly like that when I'm having a moment. We all have them. Hello, Misko, honey.
Well, might as well go to the live.
Oh, I'm going to change out a few pots and everything. You guys hang tight. I am here. This morning thing is going to take a little bit of adjustment, and there's a few things that went wrong. Not anything really major, but I've got to get some pots and wet my sponge, and I'll be right back. Hang tight. It was very nice of him. You know how many people don't say anything?
That's because we've got an awesome community.
Wow.
The crew is the shit.
Just wait for you to say something bad. stickers?
Yeah, somewhere. I don't have time to find it though. I can try to find it. All them up in the office and them too.
Could you? And then launch it. Morning, Blade Mark. I'll show them my Oreo cookies. Let's see, I've got some water down here. Oh, I forgot part of an energy drink. This is definitely going to be coffee with the captain because, whoo, talk about being disoriented. I'm not used to the morning thing at all. Oh, I forgot to change the backdrop. Let me go get a. Did I? I did. I do. I have one right here. Oh, that's right. We weren't going with white. This isn't really white. It's kind of beige. Kind of beige. And you can see the mess, been cleaning. Let's see, it's home. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi AJ, how are you doing?
AJ, I still owe you that document. I'll get that to you today. Now the boom mic's not working.
Mine isn't? Oh shit. Hang on guys, this is an emergency. Oh no! No, 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 no.
Apparently we had an emergency and she had to run off. I don't know. She'll explain when she gets back. Misko, you have never seen, so 20 years in submarines, very used to instant response, rapid response. Captain will fly and just teleport from one fucking place to the other. I literally watched her teleport across the yard, over the driveway, over an embankment, over a fence, into the neighbor's house. Yeah, working on it.
Our neighbor's house, the boys that were left home, there was a teenage boy and, well, I mean, he's like 13, and his brother and his sister, and they lit the house on fire, and I was in our kitchen. Yeah, oh, I'm really fast. Oh, I'm fast when I need to be, let me tell you what. Well, good morning, Trader and AJ. Good morning, Misko. Good morning, Hayton. Thank you so much. Well, hello, Mage. How are you doing, Mistra? How are you doing this morning? Mornings. So, and Blade Mark, my sweet. Hi, Wood. How you doing? Did you get my message in the Patreon, Wood? I sent you a new message so you had, because when you came on board, there was not a letter formulated. I wanted to make sure you got the letter with the update. And for everybody who is, even if you are not a patron, you guys go to the patron because our very first newsletter has been launched. You don't have to be a patron to read the newsletter. The blogs will be early access for the patrons, and then about a week later they'll go public. So you guys the patrons will get them first, but the newsletter we're going to be making public. So if you go to my Patreon link, you can see the newsletter, proudly written and formulated by our very own ship scribe AJ, and it is absolutely superb. I took it and put it on some old parchment looking paper for you guys and made it pretty. And basically, she closed up last year for us and then also consolidated and opened this year for us. The echo is gone. Echo gone? Echo. Is the echo gone? Okay, so I told myself never put that there, and I did by accident.
Okay, off to work I go. We're set to go. Except that's not showing the chat.
Well, you know what? You can give it. Well, I've still got to clean the mini, so there's going to be that. It would take me about.
Okay.
I just gotta get. I mean, if that's.
I'm gonna try to fix from upstairs. Because I can.
Oh, you can. Okay. Well, then that.
I'm a super nerd.
First, I gotta find my damn PowerPoint.
No hate. I'm sure we have a general, don't we? A general chat. Hold on. You know what? Because it probably doesn't have the word general in front of it. I'm working on that. Let me see. It probably says. Let's see. We've got the ship's. Oh, the ship's newsletter actually should also be in the Discord, but I did not get around to launching it there. Yes, AJ. So we have different. Let's see. I don't remember. I see all the minis. It may be in the wrong department. Hate. There's still a few fine tunings that I'm doing in there. Let's see. But then again, it may be down under social. Wait a minute. I think it's called social. Yes, we've been cleaning. We've been cleaning, AJ. You are correct. We've been cleaning. So we're cleaning and leaning, and we are going to post at the very top, you guys, the meanings for channels in case something doesn't say exactly, so that you know you can go there. We will pin it. I will pin in each channel so that you can click on the pin and know just what to put in that channel. So because some people don't like to pop in a channel, I believe it's called the social. Under lols, we should probably put that, instead of lols, put it as something else. Hello, how are you doing, Code Warrior? Yeah, I think so, AJ. I think that was originally the general, because we've got partners and collaborators, right? 3D printing, tell us about yourself, introduce, selfies, where are you from, families, gaming. Yep, I'm pretty sure. Wait, and then yeah. I think that is the last section we have to clean, is the lols. There is one that you can get into with other people, Hate. Yes, there is. You got to go all the way down to, wait a minute, I found another one. Special events, channel mods. Hang on just a minute. Maybe it's at the top. Let me find it for you. Upcoming streams, subscribers, and Patreon. There it. Wow, wait, it kind of looks like it got deleted, doesn't it? Hold on. We've been doing some crazy cleaning. Under voice channels. Hi, Sidewise. Hate. It's down underneath of. I'll move those up. We're still working on the balance. Like what's used the most? Where does it go? What's a good thing to call it? So it's under the heading voice channels. I don't know what AFK is. I don't even know. But there's an admin channel and a general. And you can pop into that, and so can other people, and you guys can use the voice channel, Hate. But it doesn't come through to me. It doesn't come through to me. The only time a voice channel comes through to me is when I am co-streaming or on that special late night. Well, right, I know, but that's what I'm wondering. Why do we have a voice channel called Away from the Keyboard Blade? Well, hello, Flaming Wings. How are you doing? Oh, yeah. In fact, I almost totaled my palette this morning. Oh, you bet. I will contact her. Blade Mark, will you message me in the Discord, sweetie, and remind me about that? And it's a good reason for me to get a hold of my sweetheart. I'll get a hold of her. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I don't even know what belly up is, actually, AJ. I think it's supposed to be belly laugh. I don't know. But maybe the captain was just too much rum that day. while creating that channel. I've been doing a lot of cleaning in the Discord because it wasn't working. It was just like all over the place. I noticed since I cleaned it up, AJ, though, there's a lot more activity. People are using it more, which is really exciting for me. I like to see the Discord hopping. Oh, there's the answer right there. So if you are away from the keyboard for a long time, the voice channel will transfer you into the AFK section. Thank you very much, Blade Mark. I will get a hold of my sweetie. That'll be a good reason for me to get a hold of her. Belly up. Oh, belly up to the bar. That's what it, oh yeah, because it separates your sentences. That's right. It is. It's belly up to the, right. Okay. Now I remember. I will move the voice channels up for you guys. Okay? So that it's underneath of the Patreon channels. So the Patreon channels, and then I'll put your voice channels so that it's a lot easier to find. I wish they let you color things. You know what would be cool is if the tabs that were the headers would let you like highlight it, right? Yellow, black, whatever. If it would let you highlight it, then you could see the heading easier and it would be so much better. Yes, there has been so much more activity since I cleaned it. It's not even a joke, AJ. It's like, I'd say, like, easily 3 times as much activity since I cleaned it. Oh yeah, we actually, we are interested in anybody that that's part of the crew that is interested in taking up the responsibility of adminning the. I didn't know there was a Discord admin until recently. I discovered about Discord admin. Yeah, don't you think if you could highlight that, just the heading, right? Yeah, that I know I do, but then there's all these emojis. Okay, so for example, I do use the kissy emojis are for the love gallery, but that's a good point. I could just have a specific emoji like for the headings. That's a good idea. I'll go in there and I'll do that. So you see my cookies? I was giving a tutorial on this is powder metallic pigment rubbing. So understand that, so mornings are new to me. I don't exactly have my my day set up for doing the morning thing. So it's going to be a little bit weird at first, okay, you guys. It's gonna be, the first few mornings are probably gonna be a little bit scattered because I'm not used to mornings. Usually it takes me a couple hours in the morning just to get the pain under control, and you know, Geek's gotta get ready for work, and the dog and everything like that. So it's very unusual, even though I know it's like it's 10 o'clock for me, so you would think, and getting up at 7, you would think that would be enough time. But if you put everything together in a morning that has to be done, that I normally do, I'm gonna have to shift some things around. Like some things that get done in the morning will not be done in the morning anymore on Tuesday. So I'm kind of working it out. So just be patient with me while I figure it out. Hello, Aspire. Well, you know, yeah, I'm just not used to having to, you know, report to a station and do that. As well, I mean, I'm maybe in my pajamas and futz around in my studio. Hello, Paint Monkey. Ooh, what could be dangerous? What, AJ, what is dangerous? Wavy, are you out there? Where's Wavy? Oh, you're on the phone without sound. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Wavy. No, see, I thought they were Oreos, and I can't eat Oreos. They're totally not Oreos, hate. That's what I thought that Geek put a couple of Oreos on there with like, here you go. But I can't eat Oreos. They were my favorite cookie. But I will tell you something very interesting if you guys have never had it. So there's a company that makes, it's called Glutino. It's a gluten-free sandwich cookie. Okay, they're dangerous. So when you were a kid and you ate an Oreo, it tasted completely different to what Oreos taste. I mean, to me, Oreos are not good anymore. Oh my gosh, they did something to the outside. Wow. And the inside tastes so much more greasy. If you get a Glutino, it tastes like Oreo cookies did when you were a child. It's interesting. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, interested, there we go. And use the emojis and highlight the channels. Okay. And Wandering Lands is out there. Hello, Wandering Lands, and good morning. And I see I missed Ishan. Okay, if I missed anybody else, pop in chat and say hi, say good morning. This is worse than your normal Hulu. Oh, Hulu kept. I am well, Paint Monkey. Much better than I was. No, 3D Code Warrior. So biddies are deactivated. Yes, donations are not. You should be able to just go in the Twitch and go down to donations. Those are still active. And we have some, I think we have a prize pool, but to be honest with you, it was actually supposed to be something else. But we have a prize pool going right now, but it was supposed to be something different that I was doing. We haven't quite balanced that out yet. So also 3D Code Warrior, I have a Patreon. So that's how you get your membership, is that you go to, your subscription. You just click on the Patreon, go in there and choose what level you want to be, and you sign on to the crew as a Patreon. And we have some really cool things going on. I don't know if you can make it to one of our late nights, but man, would that be sensational. So that's really cool. And just regular, like straightforward donations, that's the only one that's open on the channel after deactivating the affiliate status. But I will let you know that I feel like the Patreon is like a kind of a more, these are people that are actually committed to the project. So it's been kind of cool. It really has. And we just got our first newsletter. That's public, you guys. Just exclamation point links. You can find the Patreon, and it's open for everybody to read. Oh, AJ did such a good job. Our new ship scribe is AJ. Yes, eating Oreos on stream could be dangerous. So I generally try not to eat on stream. The last time I ate on stream, I kind of got in trouble. No, Glutino's had those for a while, AJ, but make sure to read it. Make sure it's not processed in because remember, I'm very sensitive, but not so sensitive that if it were to touch a factory that was making something else, I could probably still eat it. Because I can have gluten-free pizza from the regular pizza place. I'm kind of not totally, I don't do it anymore. Yeah, it's official, we've quit. So these about to explode. Oh, you do? Okay, so you can eat them. Hello, Joe. Good morning. Good morning. Ooh, what happened? Yeah, what are you doing? What are you out there doing, Wandering Lands? He's always doing something crazy. Oh, he's making that giant samurai, you guys. Yeah, no, Blade Mark, I really loved Oreos, but then they changed the recipe for the middle, and then right after that they changed the recipe for the outside. The outside used to be crispy, and now it's like a crumbly. I don't know. It's not. Oh, you guys, that's two more we have to add to the, oh no, this is a new week. Just one more, but I can go ahead and add it, AJ. I have not had a chance to read your blog, but I trust it's sensational. It is not in the love gallery, AJ, but I mailed it to you. Are you talking about the newsletter? Oh, the giant samurai. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Pieces of him. Pieces of him. Because he's working on him in pieces. Yeah, well, I thought you might I thought you might want to see it. I don't think that we have established the link, the VIP link between you, but you can link the Patreon. It's public. So you can just link to the Patreon, AJ, and get a hold of it. as well. But I mailed it to you so you could see I made pretty behind it. Good morning, Green, or should I say good afternoon, good evening? Good evening, Green. That's what I heard, Blade Mark. I heard that from when I first, hold on, I gotta think of who it was. God, if Dave were here, he'd remember. So when I first met Luke, I want to say it might be Luke. No, Chris Frozen. I asked Chris Frozen if he would say, I love a Jammy Dodger for me. Because he has that really good accent. Because I do love me some Doctor Who. And he said, actually, they're pretty good. I did. Well, I just thought, so I was worried because there was so many pages, but Geek said no, that I was on the right track, that it looked so much better like that than just posting a PDF link. I don't know, that seemed impersonal somehow, So I thought, okay, well, we'll give and besides, like we talked about, if you think about it, that's absolutely perfect, AJ. Think about October, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months, we're 5 months in the hole, and it was 5 pages. So probably not more than a page and a half on most of them. So it worked out perfectly, I think. You couldn't keep for a whole day. I don't think they make Jammy Dodgers gluten-free. I don't know. Hello, Nikki. Hello. How are you doing? You missed my transportation act. Oh, I don't? Oh, I'm sorry, Code Warrior. We do. They may not be working this morning. We've been having very regular system crashes on our end. We're actually super lucky that OBS is up and working this morning. We are. I know. But Geek can shout it out manually if he is not having his hands full. Can you hear me, Geeking Out Gaming? Oh, yeah, I get you. Because it is very possible. Yes, it does. They normally come up and they do announce it. Because the first time that it happened, it was very confusing to me. And I like it to come up and do that because I like to see, so I can, tell people what that level of Patreon is getting them. Because, I mean, not every Patreon is equal in its amenities. I don't think that he is there. Hold on just a minute, though. But I do have my phone. I do not know how to make those things work because I'm not super techie. And you know what? All my tech friends that are out there have been telling me that everybody that's techie has been telling me that the tech situation out there has gotten crazy. Apparently, a lot of people are suffering with their computers. And I know, you want to hear something terrible? So since all of the COVID and the people getting online and streaming, the prices of parts for computers have skyrocketed. Is keep making typos? It's okay, Blade Mark, you can make typos. Let me see. You had your first jab on Saturday. So you got your first shot. Okay, great. We still have to get ours. I'm doing pretty good, Nikki. Better. I really appreciate by the way, for everybody that reached out when I posted my very unusual thing that Captain normally doesn't do. I'd like to very much thank everybody for all of the support. I am pretty sure at this point we have been able to contact a friend, and I believe that the situation is smoothed out. So, yeah, it was just I think that it was just too much. There was too much coming in, and I've never experienced. Oh, there he is. Oh, so the alert when someone signs up for Patreon is not working, and I wondered if that's something you can fix from up there. Oh. Code, you're leaving. Oh no. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Just pop in and pop out. Oh, thank you so much, Code. I really appreciate it. Really, I do. I've appreciated you from the very beginning of time, mate. Code was one of my very first ever big donations, you guys. Ever. I had never received any kind of a substantial donation at the time, and Code Warrior dropped into the channel and just made me cry like a baby. Okay, when you do, that's right, you can share it in the channel. Ooh, that's a good idea right there, AJ. Yeah, especially in the area that you are. Okay, he's gonna take a look, and Mini Painter Luke is out there. And Raven, did Raven? Raven, I missed you. 3D Code Warrior has such a dark name, I can barely read it. Oh, I really appreciate him. They. I think it's a he. Raven, I think I might have missed you, doll. Welcome aboard. There you are. I'm sorry. That was a lot of chitty chat. There's a lot of chitty chat going by. And I'm only halfway through my first coffee, so you'll have to forgive me. Plus, I did this huge tutorial. I didn't think about this before I sat down. I had done this huge tutorial the other night on metallic pigment rubbing. And my desk is a mess. I have all my scrubby rubby brushes out, and there's still brushes with soap left in them because, you know, you're working with metallics. There's one right there. And so, yeah, that. How are you doing, Luke? What is up with you? I was thinking about you this morning. Hey, we've been trying to play the song for folks and haven't had any success. For some reason, it stops. We've played it like on our own systems to ourselves, but when we try to play it while we're live, it won't pick it up and play it for folks. So we're trying to figure out what's wrong with it so that we can fix it and play it for everybody. Well, you know, so, okay, I have a lot of things on the agenda first thing in the morning on a work day for Geek. When it's his work day, so there's a lot that's going on. Yeah, it really is odd. We're still trying to figure out what is going on with it, Luke. We're trying to work it out. There he is, our new patron and longtime crew member, Code Warrior, you guys. Excellent. Excellent. Got signed up out there. You know, Luke, if you would just DM that to Geekin' Out Gaming, just to make sure, so he can check on everything, because, you know, it is something that we're not used to doing, and it will definitely help for the future. We want everybody to be able to hear the shanties when you complete them. Yeah, so I got a major mess. So I got to move all the crayons out of the way. And actually, I'm going to need a bucket because we are going to the airbrush booth at some point today. Here we go. Look what I found. Treasures. I found treasures. Look what I found. It's a different style. But, oh no, their heads are in here. I was going to say, and they all are without heads. Nope, their heads are in here. So they're all here. They're pre-assembled. Oh, this guy's missing an arm. Oh, wait, they're all missing. Oh, my God. I stole all their arms. So I had this bucket. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm going to have to go searching. Yeah, remember I said that I scrounged all the pieces from all the buckets? Yeah. I definitely used all these arms on the other guys. So, there's that. These are the done fellows. And then I remember Dave had me, and these are the undone fellows. Dave had me number them. So I think I actually officially have 10 that are undone. There they are. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have another batch of 10. So we can test our theory. In fact, I have 11. We can throw another one in there. And if we can find this guy's body, he can be another Krusty. There he is. He's broken in half. And then the ones that are very, very, very close to done. And they are all numbered, correct? Yes, these are all numbered. Except him, which means he must be done. Yep. That was a good idea Dave had. So, like, this whole batch painting thing is a little bit... Oh, that guy doesn't have a number. That means he's part of the... Yep, he's part of the original crew. But look how many there are. Plus the whole bucket. Plus the whole bucket. Oh, see? Yeah, the alerts just aren't working. Hey, Dave, how you doing? How you doing? So there's those. Those are the... So some of these are new. And then there's these. So we've got a very nice supply of wares going. Oops, I probably better put their little gun fronts with them. That's the kind of little piece that gets lost because it's really tiny. So yeah, we did a bunch of metallic rubbing. We were looking for, they are antiquing some wood, which I used to do, furniture, ooh, what do you call it? It's, oh, you heard the kaboom? Okay, I just didn't hear it. Hold on. That's attached to the music. I wonder if the music and the kaboom are attached to the same one, because my music is turned down really low. Okay. Did you see the picture too? Did the picture come up, guys?
Maneuver. Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I hear the music, but I don't even hear it in the background of the music. I actually did see the picture on that one. See if it'll let you redeem kaboom again, Dave.
Where's the kaboom?
Okay, the picture's there.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
We're not doing time anymore, so we won't be needing that today. The new brush for the metallic rubbing, this one's a little bit stiff, but I think it shows promise for some areas. I'm feeling like we might get somewhere with that. Let me get out the brushes that I'm supposed to be running through the grinder here. Those are all my grinder brushes. These are the ones that I use a lot. And we're going to be working on, yeah, I think that I will. Oh, I have this one. Okay. We're going to be starting Kosmo today, you guys. So, but this is what we came up with. So basically they're trying to, let me focus in on that for you. They're trying to antique some filigree on an old box. Oh, you're going to get your first COVID shot. Okay. Let me know how that goes. We should be doing that pretty soon. Hello, Scooter. Are you having coffee, mate? Or is this your lunch break? For some folks, it's like 7 in the morning. So anyway, we were using some different products so that I could show him how they were applied. Running down the expense level on different ones. It turned out that one of the products that we used actually is sold at a local store for him, so that worked out really good. Oh, you just got it. Don't yell at me, Dave. Don't yell at me. I know this might have to be the one channel where the capitalization isn't yelling. So I started stealing my vitamin cups for the desk. And he picked one up the other day and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, they look, they're made out of silicone. And so I use them for like doing painting and stuff. And then you just, you can wipe it out with like a handy wipe or whatever they call them. It's amazing. I'm like, oh, well, that really works well. I don't know if I even have any of those at the desk anymore because the fibers, look out for the fibers. You remember I used to use the wipes all the time? It turned out that some of the fibers that I was getting in the projects came from those. It's almost 8. It's almost 8 where you are. Hey, Deuce, how you doing? See, I mean, they really, it's to me, I thought, maybe I'm going to steal these and use something else because I normally have those glass ones, but the glass ones take so much cleaning. And it seems like these silicone ones just, everything pops right out of them. I was kind of impressed, actually. So yeah, so the lesson went well, and he has a local place. Oh, and then there was this. I was showing him how, I don't know if you, so you remember that chrome where we were doing the Colossus sort of guy, this guy, and I don't know if you guys were here for this or not, where we did tinted metallic, and then we were using a different metallic and how it came out all dull, but this one is very mirrored, and then we did a light coverage of it. Remember, I'm going to make glampires. And so I was showing everybody that. So I wanted to show you actually how intense, if done correctly, how intense that, that's that silver that I was doing that demonstration on the miniature. So it's really very chromy. Now I want to try it on a really super flat surface with like a tin foil background or something and see if it doesn't end up actually mirroring. I'm not entirely sure. Well, it does reflect things, like it reflects colors when you put it underneath of things. It's really cool. It reflects the colors, which I really like. All on its own, it's reflecting the colors. But we were just going through a series of different metallics so that he could determine what he wanted to do the antiquing on the filigree with. Yes, Dave, I do. I think for the most part, we've got the situation worked out, and I also got some rest. Oh, yes, and we were using some neon paint. The lights aren't quite right for that. There you go. There you go. That's better. The lights kind of bleach it out. But I was showing some powdered Greener Than Green by Simple Stewart. Stuart Simple, sorry. Simple Stewart! That guy. Basically just for a few projects that they were working on that they needed a little nudge in the right direction. Good morning, Cookie. How are you? Okay, for the most part, now, the emergency that I had this morning was putting the wrong solution on my sponge. I told myself, never put your thinner, the airbrush thinner, over here on this side by the distilled water, because even though they have a label, their bottles are identical. But for some reason, I did that. And that's what I squirt on my palette this morning. And what is interesting is that the sponges from Redgrass do not take any type of solvent well at all. And there is alcohol in my thinner recipe. Hang on, I gotta get the pipe tape. Oh, come on, the pipe tape is over here. No? I really thought I kept it right here. It's used regularly. There it is. I was gonna say, that's a tool that's used all the time. I am well, Cookie, thank you. Hello, Chuck, how are you doing? Mini Madness, what is up? Mornings for me are a little bit weird. We're just starting this morning thing. So it's a little bit odd, but I'm sure that eventually it will become just part of what we do and natural to me. Right now, it's a little bit unnatural. Oh, the distilled water I use for, I use it on my palate, but I also use distilled water in the little cup I shall show you here. I'm about ready to mix it up, Cookie. One thing I don't like is any particulates, especially when I'm trying to blend. It drives me out of my mind. So I do everything I can to cut down on any particulates being in anything. I have found that by using distilled water and not using the water from the tap. Now, mind you, we used to be on city water. It was way worse. Now we're on well water, and we have this huge, crazy purifying system. So I don't really know that it is often now I would need to use it as I used to, but there used to be a time when the little tiny particles that are in the water in smoothing the skin I would get. So I use it for that, but I also use it to wet my palate because I find that my sponge stays in a lot better shape. Now, if I have not greeted anybody that came in, please understand I'm just finishing my first cup of coffee. And mornings are unusual, and it's been very chitty-chatty, which is a really good thing. So please pop in and say hi. I'm not ignoring you, not at all, and I totally want to greet you. So just to let you know, sometimes it can get caught up in the chat, and I will miss you. So yeah, so I also wet the sponge, Cookie, to my palate with it. So I have this little container here. It's about 1.5 tablespoons. And I use there, let's focus in for you. A drying retarder, which is a medium that helps with the consistency of the paints. I put 1 milliliter in that little cup. And then I fill that little cup with the distilled water, and then I will mix that together. This is what I use for thinning my paints. I will dip into this, and then as I thin my paints, that is what I use. I find that my paints maintain a better texture. I'm very, very critical about texture, and I'm trying to eliminate as much add-in texture as I can to get the smoothest appearance from the paint that I can. And then I also keep this bottle handy to re-wet my palette should it need it. Yeah, it works very well. And honestly, you can get like a gallon of distilled water. Some folks make their own distilled water at home, but a gallon of it is like 89 cents out here. And then I will use an ugly brush and just give this a good mix, because you'll notice it kind of changes colors, and then it will come clear, so that I got it all nice and mixed in for consistency. And this is what I will use for thinning my paints, should a paint need thinning, or wetting a brush before I put it in the paint, or wetting an area on the miniature before I put paint on when I'm doing smooth blends. You know what? Geek does too, Cookie, and that's so we pick it up in big gallon, like I have it delivered to the house all the time, gallons of it. So yeah, I get it. Hello, Raven Roost. Oh, I have 2 ravens in here. Ravens, meet Raven Roost, meet Raven Art, you guys. We're gonna swap the palette ends here on my little cup thing. I'm gonna have to go under here. Let's see, well, we're doing black and white. I do not know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cups because it's gonna keep it better. We're gonna use the Pro Curls. And so, in using the Pro Curls, we want to, I want to put it in cups rather than on the palette. So we'll do that. I've got 2 big cups here. So that can be for our black and our white. And then we're going to be doing a Mars Glow. And, let me see. Yeah. And I am going to use a vermilion ink for that. Okay, now you can use a vermilion paint if you want to, but I'm going to use the vermilion ink for that. Hopefully, I don't actually know if I will get to that today. I did only get 1 miniature by them. How's that? Ooh, that's pretty, see? So this is also one of the things that I do is I use these, you get these at the craft store. 12 by 12. It's how I clean up your backdrop. Is with 12 by 12 pieces. It just instantly goes from that to this, cleans up your picture. I usually do this each time I start a new project. I use painter's tape to tape it down. Painter's tape really likes your rubber gloves, by the way. And I try to get a real thin area of it so I have as much on the desk as I possibly can get. That cleans up the area for you. Also, as these stack one on top of the other, they make a great cutting mat. I start with the foam board one that's black, and then I just build my way up from there. I also usually, if you look over here, hold on, there, I have a sidebar for taking notes and things, and usually I will clean that up it's full now because I've been keeping track of time on the Necrons. But that's so that I can make my notes on that side. Yeah, we have 2 ravens in the house. Isn't that cool? So, Luke, what are you up to out there? My mate. Luke is our ship bard, you guys. So Luke actually wrote a traditional sea shanty for the ship, which we have not been able to let you guys listen to yet because we're having trouble getting it to play while I'm live. We may have to launch it somewhere, put a link so you guys can go listen to it while I'm not here. I would love to play it for you, though. It's so much fun. All right, so I try to just kind of get that as far back as I can. And eventually I'll cut this up and start over. But it really does make a kind of a good cutting mat because it starts to build, you know. It does pretty good when you spill water. For the most part, it'll get a little bit wrinkly, but not bad. See how much better that looks? Now, I should be able to back out. I try to keep it kind of centered so the blue ends up being, if I were to back out, that's what we get. I try, you know, I don't always succeed at that, but you can kind of see my numbers here. I also try to keep it kind of square, but that seems to be really hard. It's like, it's wider at the front. But I am working on finding with, it has to be not too expensive though, black tape, you know, so I could frame it in black. Drilling skulls and oh, that sounds like so much fun. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. So, okay, Tuesdays, right, you guys? Let's see. We've got a Raven Roost, and we've got Raven Art, and we've got Mini Painter Luke, and Dave is working on getting his studio put together still. Who else popped in there? Oh my gosh, we have so many of you guys that are streamers. We have somebody who wants to make me famous. Awesome, dude. Do it. Yeah, I want to be famous. I totally want to be famous. Oh, let me see if I can pronounce your name. Q35710. Okay. Yeah, make me famous. Awesome. And let's see. You know, Deuce, I don't know if you stream or not. Trader does not. He brings his stuff here. Scooter does not. He brings his stuff here. Blade Mark does not. AJ does not. Okay, if you stream, got an Instagram, got a YouTube, want to share, in the chat it goes. Let's see. Ooh, now is that Kate? Or no, that's Kai. Kai the mini painter? Did I get it? Did I get it? I think I got it. I might not have, but that was a good try, right? Welcome, welcome. Now, we don't do love galleries on Tuesdays, but let's remember that in the event that somebody comes in and raids us, then we put their stuff in the love gallery for Friday or Sunday. And if you have something you'd like to show off on Tuesdays, you are welcome to share it in the chat. As long as it keeps within reason and we don't get way off course, it's all good. It's all good. We've had really good luck with people. So you can share your work with one another. You can share your links if you are a streamer. And here's the most important part. If you are part of the crew. Oh, wait. Did Luke show us chains? Skulls? Luke? Did you put a link? Luke knows the drill. Oh, green. Green. Do we still have a sale time in, I thought Lilliput had a sale going. So, one thing that I do here is we're going to do a wee bit. I'll put down a, actually what I'd like is some doggy pee-pee pads. Yeah, because I think putting that down when you're working with a little bit of wet is the perfect thing to do. I am doing well. You are, Kai. Excellent. Well, sometimes that's pronounced K, so I wasn't sure. We're not going to be using his base, I don't think, as the permanent part. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. We actually had follows while we were not online any longer. That's wonderful. I see that you followed 3 days ago. Thank you for that follow, Kaya. It looks like I missed that. And then let's see, we have Ascentes that followed us a couple days ago. If you were out there lurking, thank you for that follow. And then we have, let's see, ooh, that's a hard one for me. Hold on. Thor and Space Cow. Thor and Space Cow. Oh, there it is up on the screen. Thank you for that follow. Yes, Green. That's why we're going to be doing black and white. We're going to be doing black and white with him. But I fear that I do have a little cleaning to do on him, which is kind of abnormal for me. Generally speaking, this is something that Geek will do, and I don't have a lot of, but it looks like something that I'm going to have to do. He has some interesting little parts on him that almost look like, okay, this one goes here. I think we're gonna need this. Well, hello, Space Cow. How are you doing? How are you doing? What I don't want is I don't want to mess up my brand new page. So let us get out something that we can play on momentarily. Yes, did you see what I was going to be doing with this green? I will be yeah, he's got a lot of rough spots. This looks like a little bit different resin than the last resin. Let me get focused in for you guys. I'm going to be doing black and white with a Mars glow. Yeah, oh, that's a good idea. I was actually going to put Monument Hobbies logo, but that's a very good idea. A very good idea, Green. Thank you for that. So I'm not used to the cleaning part. Now I can see that these are actually, so some things to me on these little supports sometimes look like parts of the miniature and I will miss them. And I do wet sanding so that the parts and pieces, the powder doesn't get into the air. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I thought that it would be fun also. I've been wanting to do black and white for a minute, AJ, and we haven't found exactly the right model. Now, the good news is there's still time. I actually am going to have to ask, if you go to the link tree, if you go to the link tree, then, and that should be in my links, exclamation point links, you guys can get the link to Monument Hobbies, okay? You can use the code Captain Madlove, and then you can get 5% off. And if you use our link to buy one of the miniatures that they have currently, then not only does that help out the ship, but you guys can follow along. These VODs will be up on YouTube. So the first thing you're going to want to do is clean your mini, and I can tell you from experience that, oh my God, I have got to show you something. So what I was going to say is, I know from experience. Nikki, are you just starting? Are you just starting? Because if you are, definitely, Geek, if you will put that question in, hold on. We have a channel just for 3D printing. Put that question, Nikki, in the 3D printing and tag Captain Slaymore. Hang on. I'm gonna give you his name so you can tag him. Because, wait, what just happened? Stop. Hang on. I'm gonna put his name here for you. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't. Did that go in? Don't. Hold on. I did that wrong. And also, tag those two, Nikki, because so Geek had a resin that we started with for the beginner. Really, really good. Look at this. Look at this. This is the first this is the very first print that ever came off our printer. Now this, I'm assuming we're talking resin printer because you said resin. So, but there, if you place your supports right, now this is not a resin for super high detail. So if you're just starting, then this is probably a good place to start. It's not as expensive as the new resin we got that's for super fine detail. That was kind of expensive. But he printed that, and he printed this. This guy is for a tutorial in non-metallic metal and latex. I would think that buying the less expensive resin and learning your printer before you get the really expensive fine resin would be a really good idea, because you don't want to waste a lot of really expensive resin, right? But this is the early stage. I have another one too. What's that guy that's got his thumb up, you guys? That he's somewhere around here too. I don't know where he went. He was my desk buddy over there. Is he a mischief maker? Yeah, and that's what Geek did, is we got the less expensive resin so that he could learn where to put the supports and print some things out. And we've had very, I mean, but it really does have a nice feel, and it's got a little bit of flexibility to it, which I kind of like. You know, that a little bit of rubber give to it. So it's not super fragile either, right? So I would say that that would be a pretty good choice to start with. But if you get really cheap resin, like, and then you're trying to make it perform, then that becomes a problem on the other end of the spectrum. But I want to show you guys something so cool. So I was just going to talk to you about experience with these prints, is that there's quite a bit of cleaning to do. Good morning, Neko. And so if you order yours, you're going to have a sit down with it and do some cleaning. I recommend buying the very fine grit nail files from the nail salon or the dollar store and slicing them into little chunks like this with a razor knife. Then you can get very fine sandpaper at the automotive store like Napa, okay? So you can get like 220, 180, right? And then that's what you're going to use for smoothing, okay? You can also get paper that's a little bit more gritty than that if you want to. I get a nail file that's a little bit more gritty and cut it. Actually, the first of these that I got was from Mel at Nerd House Minis, and then I had to go find some files that were the same. This one's from her. This is one of the ones that I bought at the dollar store and cut down. You just need a metal-sided ruler, make your lines, and you can cut it with a razor knife. Keeping in mind that it's going to dull your blade because you're cutting through, a sandy paper thing. Now, this was on the subject of quality for a moment of minis. Has anybody ever ordered from Toad House? So I want to show you something mind-blowing. Ordered a mini recently from Massive Miniatures. This is not for now. Just to let you guys know what this is. And I wish Simini were here for this. So I have a couple of masters that I'm taking classes with for painting. Oh yes, and when you do buy your 3D printer, Kai, in the future, try to buy one that's a little bit more step up the line than the really super small cheap one, because that one's only just going to frustrate you and make you not feel as good about your relationship with your printer. But the prices have really gone down for the quality that you can get. Hello, Squid Knacker, and welcome. Did you know I was not following you? I was like, that's so weird. I went out there. So I got this specifically for myself. It's a piece of my personality that you guys don't know. This is something nobody really knows about me, okay? Massive Miniatures had this printed by Toad House, right? Yeah. I have never seen anything like it. And it's hard to believe that it's even a 3D print, but when you look at the pieces, then, because an injection mold always has places, but you can see the places on it where the support, it's incredible. Absolutely. Let me pull my glasses off so I can make sure I got you guys in really tight. Absolutely incredible. This is for the future. This is something that I was afraid. Yes, this is like really high-end achievement in printing. No, Dave, it is a thing that I have for Queen Antoinette. Now I know this is not Queen Antoinette, but when I am done with it, it will be Queen Antoinette. I love that time period and that subject. All of it. Just everything about it since I was a child, even as an adult, there is something about it. It was one of the reasons I think I was so enthralled with vampires, is the time period that they kind of put them in. It is so fine. The way they put together the pieces, separating her hair at the hairdo line. I don't know what is the What is that with fine cast resins? I don't know, actually, Kai. I don't. This is Toad House. Toad House printed this. I don't know what they use. I'm definitely going to contact them. But so let me show you something. This is pretty incredible. These are the pieces that come with her. She's got little companions. But what I do know that you know about me, here it is about hands and feet. Look at all the flowers in her hair. And how fine the hair is. I was pretty staggered. It was so, I've got a lot of models, but I don't think that I have anything where the detail, they even send the pins to pin her together for you. Look at the detail on her dress. I believe that so Geek is really the guru on reading up on all the printers. Yes, I'm quite happy with it. Also, it comes very well protected, you guys. Not only did it come in a box with the foam, but the way the foam is, and so this box is very well made. It's like. And when you close up the box, it presses down on that foam and holds her in place. Then it magnets closed. This box was inside of another box with two air packs on each side. So not only is the miniature super good quality, but the way they pack it, they really take a lot of care. Now here's what I will tell you is it was not inexpensive. Okay, so for this type of quality, what I have learned is that we're going to pay the price for it. Yeah, this is pretty, so there's other people out there. Oh, hello, Holly Monster. Oh, did you get to see the whole thing? How are you, my dear? How are things? How are things with the computer? We were just talking earlier about how everybody was having, oh my gosh, very, very fine detail quality. Now apparently there's, I think, more than one place you can, I don't know if there's more. Some companies like Massive Miniatures, I don't know them in particular, but companies that make these really intense models, these files, you can buy them from different printing companies. I don't know about Massive, I haven't checked into it. The reason I bought that is for my collection of very personal items, which are really my own thing. And then also to see what the prints from Toad House were like. I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. I'm sure Toad House probably prints in different levels of resin, but there's like practically no cleaning on that whatsoever. There are some places where you can see that the supports were on the dress that you might need to put a little bit of like liquid putty to just kind of fill it over. Oh, I think Geek won, Holly, over here. I was telling you he was going to completely nuke the system. and then start over. So that's what he did. That's what he did. If you guys haven't made it, Holly Monster is another streamer that is in here today. If you guys haven't made it there, Dave, can I get a shout out for Green Art also? You guys, Green is in here. Mini Painter Luke is in here. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, I think that Toad House Minis has a really high quality of, I mean, that print blew my mind. Do you have any of their prints at all, Holly? Yeah, he spent about a week on it, Holly, and we recently upgraded like a lot of stuff in the system, and he thinks that when we upgraded everything, something wasn't talking correctly to something. So on his end, fortunately mine was still up and running so we could stream. On his end, he had to nuke it and start over. I'm just saying, I'm pretty amazed by the quality. They're not cheap, but they really, I mean, if that's an example of their printing, that is mind-blowing. Hey, Bitterbrush, be sure to put your link in the chat. Be sure to put your link in the chat, my friend. Today is Tuesday, you guys. Yeah, so you know what he's talking about, Holly, right? Yeah, it was a big old box that came with a super expensive thing, and then that thing was a thing. Fortunately, we bought the extended warranty. Hey, you want to know what sucks about an extended warranty, you guys? How much does this suck? They send you something, it's got a 1-year warranty on it. So you buy an extended warranty, right? So you get another year. And then when you, like if it's the company warranty that you send it in under, they will only give you the remaining portion of the year when you turn it in. So you don't get a year on the new product, which is so stupid. I'm just like, really, people? Really? Get you any way they can, man. Any way they can. Okay. Back to this. I wanted to show you guys that. So my intentions, what I was going to tell you is my intentions are I'm going to order a couple of more Toad House miniatures or miniatures printed at Toad House to see what the outcome is. Like if all of their stuff is that quality. Because that was just staggering for me. This is how so one of the things I get I have to wear the masks as little as I can. So one of the ways that I wear a mask if you are not wet sanding, period. And when you go to clean your desk, if you're wiping it down, don't just brush it off. You use something, something wet that picks up the dust. Don't brush the dust into the air. So that's how I do it. Because a lot of the masks break me out, and so I have to pick and choose what I'm doing with a mask. And as it is right now in this time period, we have to wear masks a lot. So, right? So I figured out that if I'm doing the wet sanding, that works out a lot better for me. One of the cool things about when you sand them, you can kind of learn to feel where the little bumps are with your sanding sticks. I think that wet sanding also leaves a much finer finish when I do it. And if you wear rubber gloves, yes, it is the very first time I ever picked up a file, I did not know that the mini was resin. The whole crowd in chat yelled at me. I didn't know that the miniature I had was resin. I thought it was plastic. And everybody's like, no! And I was like, oh, okay. Yes, Space Cow. It's so because we have to wear masks now so often that under my chin and the top of this lip from the heat of the mask has started breaking out regularly. So I try to limit mask wearing, because we have to wear masks so often. And so I used to do this in the automotive industry. You know, when I did my wet sanding, I didn't have to wear my mask. So, but I cleaned up with a hose. Not me, but yeah, well, sorta. But you wanna, because you know, if you fluff the dust, then it gets on your body and it gets on your clothes and it gets everywhere. So you do have to pay attention to that part of it. I find that the rubber gloves are really helpful for finding the spots that have the little supports. The rubber gloves kind of snag on them. Yeah, exactly. And the problem is too, is that a lot of times when I'm out and about with the masks on in public, it's a different temperature. In the studio, it can get a little warm under these lights. So it heats up really, really quickly. Mind you, I'm also not well, I've tried doing the bandana routine, but even then, I still end up with a little bit of a thing. But I find that the wet sanding routine works really good. Then I get rid of these. I will go wash these gloves in the sink when I'm done. And then whatever little particles, I will go rinse these guys in the sink when I'm done. And then this right here, I will wipe down with like a wet towelette of some type. Diety wipe, baby wipe, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Personal wipe, they have so many names now. What are they called? Sanitary napkins? No, that's a really old term my grandma used to use. It's not a sanitary napkin. Yes, wipe up your mess with a sanitary napkin. Advice from your captain. Somebody walk in and go, what the fuck are you doing? Following the captain's advice. So yeah, these particular prints have just a lot of little supports. Dave will tell you. Not as much as a My Little Pony, but the good news is the resin is kind of soft and they come off really easy. You can see them like all over his pants right here. Like his butt was a main support. He uses his butt for a support. What's a pain in the ass is when the support is in the recess. Oh, you know what I cut myself on, Scooter? I opened a container of goat cheese the other day, and I don't have the finger strength to pop it off like that. You know, like the lid to a yogurt or whatever, right? And I slid my hand around and cut my index finger wide open on the lid. I heard that those sprues can be nasty. So what are you up to, Holly? Are you working on your computer, love? What do you think this guy's story is? For those of you that have looked at him, what are your thoughts? So he's a chimpanzee skeleton, sorry. Didn't survive the trip to Mars. Monkeying around in space and got lost. Well, that's one thought. So I just kind of go around. These guys have like there's little tiny, very, very small little prickles. And you can kind of feel them. And so I just kind of feel around, because you're going to have to take him to the sink, and then you're going to have to take him to the sink, give him a little bath, and then try again. Now, what I can tell you about getting the little tiny nubs that get into the recesses of fabric, is folding a piece of fine sandpaper and using the fold to get into the fabric line. Like that, and then eventually that will wear out. And so what you do is you just unfold it and then just fold it in a new spot. When you fold it in that new spot, you get a new filing. See how that made like a line there? I've been using that one for a minute, so it wears out the grit. So you just fold it again in a new spot and go in. You can get into areas that maybe you wouldn't otherwise be able to get into with the file, and file those little guys right out of the fabric creases, or wherever. It could be a crease, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a fabric crease. It's looking pretty good. I feel them over here on his fingers. Another thing too is it's gentler on small areas. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, it's been a thing going around. Waiting for the space shuttle. That one, Dave. I know, right, Kai? I'm telling you, it's so weird. It's like I was so surprised when that happened, and it cut the end of my finger. I had to wear a Band-Aid for like 4 days. I was like, oh my god. It's like, what the hell is up with that? Yeah, I was working with this brand spanking new blade the other day, right? And I was doing something that made it where I had to bring it to my thumb each time. We've all been there, right? For like 30 minutes. Well, it did cut up the end of my that does kind of make the skin dry on the end of my thumb, and it cuts up my rubber glove, right? Didn't cut myself. Open a freaking packet of cheese, and I'm like, what? So when you're trying to get one of these guys, like say, is like down inside of like, say, like his armpit right there, there's a little, you just get the little corner of this, and you got to kind of put it in, and then like that. So you put it in and then pull, and then put it in and then pull. So you can kind of get that. It's a really tedious, but you got to go the direction of wherever you have space. So it's kind of like a little itty bitty teeny tiny of rubbing with the very corner of it. And then you'll get that little guy right out of there. They're just kind of hard to get when they're in little places like that. So I came up with this idea. And again, this is the one that works really good, that lasts a long time, is if you go to like just wherever they sell car parts and get the wet sanding sandpaper. So the car wet sanding sandpaper, automotive wet sanding. It lasts longer because it's designed to wet sand with. I don't think this one is. You know, I actually thought about that, Dave. But the Band-Aid made it heal up really quickly, so I was pretty satisfied. All right, now we're gonna go give him a bath. Let me make sure I got his flag smooth. His hands. So it feels, everything feels really good. Oh, there's a little spot there. But you can really kind of feel it. We'll go give him a bath, make sure that we got all the little areas, and then we're gonna pop in. Let me see if my airbrush has storage in it right now, but let's see if it's working. It is. Excellent. I don't have